Cincinnati, 2026. The tennis world is still buzzing from the drama of the Cincinnati Open. Coco Gauff has just done something remarkable. She defeated Jessica Pegula in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4, to capture her second women's Cincinnati Open title. The American star is now the first American woman to win multiple titles in Cincinnati since the legendary Serena Williams achieved that feat. The stadium erupted. The trophy was lifted. The celebrations began. But amid all the chaos and excitement of the championship moment, something unexpected happened. Something that had nothing to do with the trophy, the prize money, or the rankings. Something that reminded everyone why tennis is truly a sport of class, respect, and sportsmanship. Eala, the Filipina sensation. She had been eliminated from the Cincinnati Open just a day earlier. She had lost a heartbreaking match to Amanda Anisimova. She had every reason to be disappointed, to be frustrated, to be focused on her own setback. She could have stayed silent. She could have posted a generic congratulations. She could have simply scrolled past the victory posts and moved on with her life, but she didn't. Instead, she did something that stunned fans around the world. She took a moment to reach out publicly and personally to Coco Gauff. She offered a genuine, heartfelt congratulations to her friend and rival. And her gesture has won hearts across the globe. What did Eala say? Why did her reaction resonate so deeply with fans? And what does this tell us about the incredible friendship between two of tennis's brightest young stars, a friendship that has captivated millions and redefined what it means to be a competitor in the modern era? This is the story of a moment of pure sportsmanship that has reminded us all why we love this sport. The trophy went to Gauff. The rankings will change. The tournament will move on. But Eala's classy gesture? That will be remembered for a long time. Because in a sport where rivalries can sometimes become bitter and toxic, Eala showed us that competition does not have to come at the expense of respect, friendship, and humanity. To understand why Eala's congratulatory message was so special, you have to understand the friendship between these two young stars. And it is a friendship that has captured the imagination of tennis fans around the world. Eala and Coco Gauff are not just rivals on the court. They are genuine friends off it. Their bond began at the 2025 Italian Open in Rome, where they played doubles together. Despite entering as a first-time pairing with no prior experience as a team, they reached the quarterfinals of the prestigious tournament. That run was impressive enough, but it was what happened off the court that truly captured the public's imagination. It was in Rome that fans began linking Eala and Gauff to the 1998 buddy cop comedy Rush Hour starring Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. The comparison was playful and affectionate, two young stars who were as fun off the court as they were fierce on it. The nickname stuck. Fans started calling them Rush Hour. And the two players embraced it. Eala herself posted a series of videos on social media, including her TikTok videos with Gauff, set to songs like Taylor Swift's Endgame with the caption Rush Hour. These were not just promotional posts. They were genuine, playful interactions between two friends who happen to be two of the best tennis players in the world. The friendship has only grown since that initial team-up in Rome. They practiced together at Rod Laver Arena before the 2026 Australian Open. They faced each other as opponents. Gauff won in Dubai, while Eala advanced when Gauff retired in Indian Wells. They have shared ice cream, laughed together, and supported each other through the ups and downs of professional tennis. And just days before the Cincinnati final, Eala posted a playful TikTok video of the two sharing ice cream, set to Taylor Swift's Endgame. She captioned it, Rush Hour? Gauff loved it. She commented, GOAT caption. It was a small moment, but it spoke volumes about their relationship. This is the context of Eala's congratulatory message. It was not just a polite gesture. It was not just a generic good job. It was a friend celebrating her friend's success. It was a moment of genuine human connection in a sport that can sometimes feel cold and impersonal. And that is why it resonated so deeply with fans around the world. Before we dive deeper into Eala's reaction, let's take a moment to appreciate what Coco Gauff achieved at the Cincinnati Open. Because her victory was truly historic, the Cincinnati Open final was a historic moment for American tennis. Coco Gauff defeated fellow American Jessica Pegula, 6-2, 6-4, to capture her second Cincinnati Open title. In doing so, she joined an elite group of players. She became only the third player in the Open era to win multiple titles in Cincinnati, joining the legendary Serena Williams and Victoria Azarenka. That is company that any player would be proud to keep. It was a dominant performance from start to finish. Gauff stormed out to a 5-0 lead in the first set before winning 6-2. Pegula fought back to 5-4 in the second set, creating a moment of tension, but Gauff closed out the win with the composure of a true champion. The match was the first All-American women's final in Cincinnati in 56 years. That alone tells you how significant this victory was for American tennis. Gauff's victory set the tennis world abuzz. She had proven that her 2023 Cincinnati title was no fluke. She was back. She was in form. And she was dangerous heading into the US Open, the tournament where she had won her first Grand Slam title in 2023, just weeks after her first Cincinnati triumph. The parallels were not lost on anyone. The tennis world began to wonder, could history repeat itself? But amid all the celebrations, amid all the analysis of her game, amid all the talk about her chances at the US Open, one voice stood out. A voice that could have been bitter but chose to be gracious. A voice that could have been silent but chose to speak. That voice belonged to Eala. Eala had been eliminated from the Cincinnati Open just a day earlier. She had lost a heartbreaking match to Amanda Anisimova, a match she had been winning, a match she had controlled, a match she had every reason to believe she would win. She had been up in the third set. She had been just moments away from another top 10 victory. And then it all slipped away. She had every reason to be disappointed. She had every reason to be frustrated. She had every reason to be focused on her own setback, her own disappointment, her own loss. She could have stayed silent. She could have scrolled past the victory posts. She could have simply moved on and focused on her own preparation for the US Open, but when Coco Gauff lifted the trophy, Eala did something that stunned fans around the world. She didn't stay silent. She didn't offer a generic congratulations. She reached out personally, publicly, and from the heart. This is not the first time Eala has shown this kind of class. In March 2026, when Gauff retired from their Indian Wells match with an arm injury while trailing Eala 6-2, 2-0, Eala delivered an emotional on-court speech that brought tears to the eyes of fans in the stadium and watching at home. Want to say thank you to all the incredible women who have paved the way and who have advocated for themselves and for other women. Among them is Coco. Eala said, "So thank you, Coco, for being an amazing competitor and amazing role model. I really hope that everything is well and that you'll recover soon," she added. Eala admitted she did not want to win that way, with anyone getting injured. She was genuinely concerned for her friend. She showed that winning meant nothing to her if it came at the expense of her opponent's health. That is the mark of a true sportsperson, but Gauff, ever gracious, had only praise for Eala. "I know you were mostly supporting Alex, but I have to say, it's great to be on a crowded court. I've played this tournament for many years, and to see the stadium full, it means a lot," Gauff said. "I'd like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport." "It's great," Gauff added. "This is the mutual respect that defines their relationship." And it was on full display after the Cincinnati final. Eala's congratulatory message was genuine. It was heartfelt. It was a testament to the bond they share. And it reminded everyone watching that tennis is about more than just winning and losing. The reaction to Eala's congratulatory message was immediate and overwhelming. Social media platforms lit up with comments applauding Eala's sportsmanship. Fans around the world took notice. They were moved by the genuine warmth and respect that Eala showed toward her friend and rival. "Class act," one fan wrote. "This is what tennis is all about," said another. "Heartwarming to see such genuine friendship in a competitive sport," a third commented. The messages poured in from every corner of the globe. The moment resonated deeply because it showed that competition does not have to come at the expense of friendship. In a sport where rivalries can sometimes become toxic and bitter, Eala and Gauff have shown that it is possible to compete fiercely and still respect each other deeply. This is a lesson for athletes everywhere. It is a reminder that sports are ultimately about more than just winning. They are about character, about humanity, about lifting each other up even in defeat. Eala's gesture also sent a powerful message about the importance of women supporting women. In an era where female athletes are often pitted against each other, where the media loves to create narratives of rivalry and conflict, Eala chose to uplift her friend. She chose to celebrate Gauff's success rather than dwelling on her own disappointment. She chose to be gracious. She chose to be kind. And in doing so, she showed the world what true sportsmanship looks like. The moment was particularly meaningful for fans in the Philippines, who have watched Eala rise to prominence with grace and humility. They are proud not just of her tennis achievements but of the person she is off the court. They see her as a role model, an inspiration, a source of pride for the entire nation. Fans also noted the contrast between Eala's gesture and the often bitter rivalries seen in other sports. In tennis, players often come together in moments of joy and sorrow. They hug at the net after hard-fought matches. They congratulate each other on victories and console each other in defeat. Eala's reaction was a perfect example of that tradition. And in a world that often feels divided, it was a moment of unity. The moment after the Cincinnati final was more than just a congratulatory message. It was a statement. A statement about the kind of athlete Eala is. A statement about the culture she is helping to build. A statement about the future of women's tennis. Eala has had a remarkable 2026 season. She has won her first WTA title in Washington. She has reached the fourth round at Wimbledon, defeating defending champion Iga Swiatek. She has beaten 9 top 10 opponents. She is ranked No. 18 in the WTA live rankings, the highest-ranked Filipino player in the Open era. Her achievements on the court are nothing short of extraordinary, but her success has not changed her. She remains humble. She remains classy. She remains the same person who chose to speak about International Women's Day and her mother after a victory. She remains the same person who chose to congratulate her friend after a defeat. She remains the same person who, when asked about her achievements, deflects praise to her team, her family, and her country. For her fans, this is what makes Eala so special. She is not just a great tennis player. She is a great person. A role model. An inspiration. She represents the best of what sport can be, and as she prepares for the US Open, she carries with her something far more valuable than rankings or prize money. She carries the respect of her peers, the admiration of her fans, and the friendship of one of the biggest stars in women's tennis. Eala has described Gauff as an amazing competitor and amazing role model. Gauff has called Eala a great role model and praised the demographic that she brings to the sport. She has said that what you see on camera with Eala is who she is off court. That's something I really respect when someone is who they are at all times. Their friendship is a beacon of light in a sport that can sometimes feel dominated by rivalry and tension. It is a reminder that competition and friendship are not mutually exclusive. It is a model for the next generation of athletes. And it is proof that you can be fierce competitors on the court and still be genuine friends off it. The Cincinnati Open is over. Coco Gauff has the trophy. But Eala has won something just as important, the hearts of tennis fans around the world. Her classy gesture has shown the world that in tennis, as in life, it's not just about how you win. It's about how you treat others when you don't. And by that measure, Eala is already a champion. Subscribe to Tennis Pulse and hit the notification bell for more tennis news, drama, and analysis every day.